Imagine a whelen tour race without him in the performance engine, an 1812 auto body Ford.
Certainly would be. Of course, it's the story of the little train that could when it comes to him. Now, when they come off turn number 4, this is the 3rd lap. When they come the next time around, I want you to get up out of your seat and make some noise. It's a beautiful night here at Stafford. Here is number 3. Traditionally, it is the 4th circuit. So, we're going to pick them up at the center of turns 3 and 4. And now from the starter stand, it looks like a change in the command mat. So, ladies and gentlemen, get up out of your seats, make some noise, and give them a wave. One more time around. When they come this time, let's make some noise. Stop your feet and salute the men and women of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Here they come into turn number 3. Here's Matt Buckler.
The green flag is about to come out. We want you to come out. Let's salute the greatest drivers in the Northeast.
Give them a wave.
And now let's send it to the greatest announcer in the Northeast, ready to take you to the green flag, Ben Dodge.
Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a wave. As the green flag is out, we are racing for the Stafford 150 from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Colby getting the upper hand early, but Kennedy putting some pressure on Bonsignor for second.
While that's been happening, Chris Bastriak moves quickly into the 4th spot. Meanwhile, back in position number 5, Ronnie Silk, who was so hot to win at New Hampshire. And then there's a side-by-side battle with Dowling and Emily, the 5-time champion. Motors away at the front of the field in the Phil Moran prepared race car.
And we have a double file battle a little deeper in the field, 4, 6, and 7th. The driver on the inside, that is Chase Dowling, as he is able to get the position away from Everly.
There's no question about it. They come off the 3rd. Dowling takes a peek at it. He'll try to make a bid for it in the SNS paving machine. The home Jamie Tomeno race car. Behind them, they're side-by-side. Car number 3, Matt Swanson. Surprised a lot of folks earlier today. He is all over Patrick Emily.
And he is penetrating the back bumper of the 07 car. Here comes Dowling. Over the turn, so that is for the top 5. He got about halfway underneath and decided to backpedal.
There's no question about it. He pulls it back in the line. Chase, even though he's young, is very patient. This car is prepared by Steve LeMay. A little bit of a change going on. Back, Matt, at the bottom of the top 10, you're seeing the number 3 of Matt Swanson there. Bobby Santos the 3rd taking over the number 36 machine. Remember the story there in New Hampshire with car 36.
As he came very close. Crossing the victory. Going on the line is Craig Lutz. He has some power. And the 46 trying to pick up a position. And Lutz is able to get it done.
He certainly does. He made it look so easy, Matt. Further back, there is another battle going on. In the side lane of the field race car. Car number 16. It just got squished by the number 19 machine of Joey Cipriano. Back up front, two cars figured out. John McKennedy, an outstanding driver, super modified now. Now, at the start of the season, this wasn't a definite for him to run all the events. But whenever he's run, it's been a factor. The Ultra Wheel machine is strong. Tommy Baldwin knows this racetrack from when he was a youngster, and his dad was a dominant car.
The Bonsignor keeping him honest in car number 51 as he is crazy glued in the back bumper. Then it's Chris Pastriak. It has been many years that the Pastriaks have raced here in Stafford, starting with Charlie, his uncle Carl, and now Chris in that familiar Pastriak 75.
And they won just about everything in titles that could be imagined there. And then they came back to the Whelen Modified Tour, and they have been a huge factor everywhere they have went this season. Bonsignor wheels in on John McKennedy for second. Look a little further back in the field. Evelyn is still holding off Santos, and right behind them it is Blewett and number 46 machine of Lutz. Now, Lutz, last fall in the fall title, he told me a story earlier in the paddock earlier today. He said, I was lucky, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I never thought I could win at Stafford.
Lutz led a lot of laps earlier this year in Thompson too, but he finished second in the Spring Sizzler. Now Bonsignore continues to lead on the number 7 of the Kennedy. That's one of the most intense battles in the track. The three-way battle a little deeper in the field between Emmerling, Santos in the 36, and then Craig Lutz from Lutz Cracker in that number 46, and Blewett is joining the battle in car number 21.
You know, when Blewett came here to test, he said, this is the best car I have ever had at Stafford. Bonsignore, defending series champion, car number 51. He had a wheel down under of the Kennedy, but the Kennedy shook him off like a dog who has fleas.
And now he has opened up a little daylight between himself and the 51 car. Here comes Lutz. He was looking for an opening against that number 07. And let's see what happens as they whirly bird their way off the corner. Bonsignore continues to go after McKennedy, and Lutz continues to go after Emmerling.
It certainly appears that now Bonsignore tries to move to the inside and try it again. Ryan Stone is the crew chief on Bonsignore's race car, and the Phoenix machine has been very strong, but they will admit after a championship year they have been struggling. Speaking of struggling, look a little further back in the field. Lutz and the number 07, and that of course is the 07 machine that is right there, Matt, and contending lap after lap for Patrick Emmerling.
Lutz was able to get by Emmerling as he squeezed through on the inside. Melissa Fifield is on pit road in car number 01. And Bonsignore has not quit. He has been relentless against that 7 of McKennedy. As McKennedy, all he has to do is look in his mirror, and he will see an of Justin Bonsignore.
Doug Colby, the 5-time champion at the front of the field, he was so disappointed in how the race in New Hampshire came to a close. This is the Mayhew-sponsored car. They are among the world's leading manufacturers of chisels and tools of that nature and type. And of course, Bill Moran, one of the legendary crew chiefs of all time, has been making magic with Doug Colby, and this is the year that Colby says he wants a championship more than perhaps ever before.
Bonsignore has a little room on the inside of McKennedy, but McKennedy quickly protects his second place turf. So it was a scare that time. And now moving up is Patriak. So we are about to have a three-way fight for the number 2 position.
There's no question about it. As Patriak went into turn number 1, looked like a rabbit, but then all of a sudden he had to back out of it. Meanwhile, keep your eyes on Ronnie Silk and Chase Dowling, because they are currently running in the 6th and 7th positions here. So they are already perhaps pacing themselves as they work their magic and head down the back straightaway.
And Craig Lutz might have passed more cars than anyone in the early stage of this race. And right now he is moving to within striking distance of that car in front of him. And let's see what he can do against Ronnie Silk.
You know, Lutz seems to have just enough zap when he hits that throttle. Look at that move.
Wow, against Swanson.
Went around Swanson. When you can pass Swanson in old blue like that, you are going places. Among the fastest cars on the racetrack is the Riverhead Building Supply machine. For Lutz, who started 14 on the grid. Meanwhile, back up front, Bonsignore trying everything to get around John McKennedy. Leader, Doug Colby, comes around lap traffic. Putnam's number 77 car, slightly off the pace. Putnam is a transplant, calls his home in the South, but originally came not far from the Stafford Motor Speedway in Vernon, Connecticut.
Putting on the show have been 2 drivers. John McKennedy in the 7, Justin Bonsignore in the 51. Bonsignore gave it another shot once again. McKennedy goes to the outside of Putnam, and a little bump by Putnam, but no problems, and both McKennedy and Bonsignore get by.
Meanwhile, look a little further back. That battle between Ronnie Silk, Chase Dowling, and the Lutz machine, car number 46, is moving and wasting no time at all, Matt, to work his magic and get to the front of the field. Here's a side story. That car was set up by Chase Dowling just yesterday afternoon Lutz was in the Midwest on business as he is a Snap-on Tools representative.
And the Lutz Cracker is closing in. So car number 46, for a Long Island kid, he loves to race at the Connecticut tracks, and he really loves Stafford Speedway. Ready to make a move, closing in on the 99 car at Dowling. So that is a battle to keep an eye on. Dowling against Lutz.
There's no question about it. Meanwhile, right there, he is glued to his back bumper. Look a little further back. Emerling is trying to shake off Santos. They have not been a factor as yet. Now remember tire strategy that we've talked about. So maybe, just maybe, some of these competitors are saving something. Meanwhile, Lutz does a shot to the inside, down the back straightaway. Dowling is on the outside. Lutz going, gone. Lutz moves in. The Riverhead Builders machine picks up a spot. Will now move into contention there as well.
As he is able to distance himself from Chase Dowling, it is Colby. He is in a hemisphere of his own.
He certainly is.
Kennedy was able to hold off at number 51 at Bonsignor. So just like in the SK Modified race, where we saw Eric Burt hold off Glenn Reen for a long time, and Mike Christopher, that's what McKennedy has done in this race to Justin Bonsignor.
You know, Doug Colby is so smooth at the front of this field, it's obvious to see why he has become a master and a five-time champion. Running on rails, but the big story, will it be able to hold out as we continue to see him literally pulling away? Fastest car on the racetrack is Doug Colby. Second quickest car on the racetrack is the Craig Lutz machine. That is car number 46. Let's take a look at it, Matt, and see where we are now, because there has still been that heated battle between John McKennedy, car number 7 New York, the Ultra Wheel machine, owned by Tommy Baldwin Jr., and the Phoenix number 51, prepared by Ryan Stone for Justin Bonsignor.
Just when you think that McKennedy is going to have some easy times, Bonsignor makes a rush, which he's doing right now. Then we have Pastriak in 4th, Ronnie Silk in 5th, and Craig Lutz has passed more cars than anyone in this race, and he is moving within striking distance of Ronnie Silk. Then Chase Dowling holding off Matt Swanson. So not a lot of upward mobility in the first 35 laps. Most of the passing has been done by the Lutz Cracker.
It certainly has. Now Lutz is all over the Stewart Automotive machine for Ronnie Silk. Pastriak is just in front of them. That is currently the battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Chase Dowling, the TAS Country Homes SNS Tomato race car, is setting back there with Swanson. Here comes Lutz. He's a mover and a shaker. Car number 46. Ronnie Silk won the last event for the Wheeler Modified Tour, but Lutz is looking very strong as the quickest car now on the racetrack.
Bonsignor took a shot at McKennedy, got one wheel underneath the 7 car, but couldn't get any closer, so he was able to back off. Now a slower car, Mark Buckeye, in front of the 2 guys fighting for second. No issues there with Buckeye. And McKennedy, he has won at Stafford before in touring races on the Valenti Tour and also the Modified Racing Series. And right now it is McKennedy. Once again, he's vulnerable, but Bonsignor can't get underneath him.
He tries everything, though, Matt, and it just doesn't work. Close, but no cigar, as the old saying goes. He's right there again. Took a peek at it, coming off the turn this time. But McKennedy seems to have a little bit of extra oomph. Center of the turn. Both of those cars pretty much running the same footprint on the racetrack. But John McKennedy still holds on for second. Bonsignor is still in the 3rd spot. And in the 4th position is Pastriak with Silk in position number 5. Lutz was closer to Silk. He is back out of it a bit. And he is next. Then it is Dowling. Then it is the Swanson number 3 car. And then at the bottom of the top 10, it is Emerling, followed by Santos, as that will round out our top 10 position.
So Bobby Santos was about in 6th place at one time, and he has retreated. So it is at the front. Doug Colby is led for 42 laps. Remember, he gets a bonus point for leading a lap, and also a bonus point is given for leading the post laps. So that could be Kobe too.
And here comes Lutz again now.
Boy, he will not stay put as Lutz. Continues to be crazy glued to the back bumper of Ronnie Silk.
Keep your eyes on the 85 of Ronnie Silk, because once he broke away from Lutz and the 75, got around Pastriak, he is now picked up by 2/10. So Ronnie Silk is now starting to go. Is the strategy just to ride out the early laps of the event? Time will tell in this one. Meanwhile, the dynamic duo of this race so far is the bid for second and third. Kennedy has tried everything back, but John McKennedy has given up. Not an inch of extra room on this racetrack.
He's done everything except blindfold McKennedy, and none of those tactics have worked as they are able to springboard their way off the corner. Here comes Ron Silk as he continues to look better and better. Lutz making the move against Patriak. And there is Lutz as inside position, and he is here with thunder underneath Patriak. So Craig Lutz continues to pass cars. Now he has a return engagement with Ron Silk if he can get close enough.
There's no question about it. Lutz has a car that is a rocket. And whenever he wants to make a move, it seems to respond. The Riverhead building supply machine is looking very, very strong. As now, Lutz will set his sights.
Monsignor attacking.
Here he's got a good line there, Matt. Inside, wheel to wheel. Side by side up turn number 4. The defending champion, Justin Monsignor, puts the Rhinestone prepared Phoenix automobile into the runner-up spot.
It took him 48 laps to figure out a way to get by McKennedy, and he finally was able to pull it off.
Keep your eyes on Ronnie Silk now. The purple and yellow number 85, the Stewart's Automotive machine, comes up on one of the Catalano cars. But Ronnie Silk is now closing up the gap, and he's doing it in fine fashion as he works to close it up by literally well, half a turn, Matt, and he is coming. Ronnie Silk is shown in the 4th position. He's trying to move in to try to take over the 3rd position from John McKennedy. Then it's Lutz. Following Lutz, it is Pastriak. Following Pastriak, it is Swanson. And then it is Chase Dowling behind them. About the same margin between the last 3 cars that I mentioned seems to be the same on the racetrack.
Let's see how close it takes Matt Swanson, or how long it takes him to get near the back bumper of the Patriak car. Patriak is lost around. Here is our leader, Doug Kobe, pretty healthy on lap number 52. And there is Michael Rakowski, a buffer between Kobe and Justin Monsignor.
There's no question about it. Traffic is getting a little bit heavy as the lead cars come up on lapped automobile. The number 14, the next car, right in the line of fire in the competition. That's Blake Marty out of Lakewood, New Jersey. He started back in the 23rd position. Just a youngster, a rookie on the Whelen Modified Tour. Back up front, Doug Kobe. Commanding lead is starting to shrink. Not by much. They have their own game plan and their own way of looking at setting the pace in this event.
And he has set a blistering pace. He took the lead right on the opening lap, heading into turn number 1. As Ben Dodge predicted, is starting to make that advantage disappear as an ironing board separates McKennedy from Silk.
There's no question about it. Silk is very, very strong. When Ronnie Silk gets into that zone, he continues to be among the smoothest drivers on any racetrack. And he is in that zone as we speak, as he has literally moved in. But who's the tail that wags the dog there? Guess what? It is the Lutz Cracker, as Matt calls him. It is the number 2 and Lutz is building his way to the front of this field.
And Matt Swanson continues to have a strong one as he is trying to catch up to Patriak. Chase Dowling is in the neighborhood. close to that number 3 car of Swanson. The pressure cooker right now is between Ronnie Silk and John McKennedy in a fight for 3rd and 4th.
Ronnie Silk has been getting closer and closer. McKennedy's car developed a little bit of a push. The Golden race car is starting to go away just a bit. Ronnie Silk's car is coming in. Craig Lutz's car is even stronger.
And there's probably nothing wrong with McKennedy's car that a fresh tire can't cure. No resistance to the 3 guys who are faster than he, McKennedy, Silk, and Lutz.
They come off the turn. They go around the Putnam number 77, the 3rd records machine. And it is again
I don't know if he's going to be able to do it now because Lutz is right there, almost sitting on his lap in his hip pocket.
You got to keep your eyes on the John McKennedy machine. Its Achilles heel of the racetrack is right in the center of 1 and 2. Developed, and that is where Ronnie Silk picks up the pace. As he reels in on the back bumper of John McKennedy. Let's go down to 1 and 2 with this race car, and you'll see exactly what I mean. He gets off the gas, and just as he gets on it, that's where Ronnie Silk comes on. Just a molecule quicker.
Using his experience to keep his nose ahead of Ron Silk. We have some action deeper in the field as there is Patriak, and he is surrounded by the enemy. And right now he is in a traffic jam, finally getting away from the lap traffic, but Matt Swanson is right there with him.
That is the battle of the top 6, and right there for that 6th position, it is a strong battle, and among movers and shakers there is Matt Swanson. Swanson looks down low, can't quite do it. Now, moving as well, we've got 2 more cars added to this foursome. And those cars include the number 9. Stafford Speedway and
running that up. Ronnie Silk is closer to McKennedy right now than he's ever been as he tries to make a move down low.
He certainly is. He tries everything, but it just doesn't work. Let's shift back to that Patriak battle. That's, we believe, 6th, 7th, and 8th position. And now Swanson tries it again, and then Cipriano, and then the S&S paving machine, the Jamie Tomato prepared race car with Steve LeMay for Chase Dowling, car number 99.
Down the front straightaway. Doug Colby, this has been almost a perfect trip for the number 2 car. I don't think he's even warmed up a sweat so far as he just gallops his way out of turn number 4. This is vintage performance from Doug Colby.
You are so correct in the Mayhew Tools machine. And one of them very strong. Bill Moran has been a mastermind, and it's chemistry that he has with Doug Colby that seems to make the difference. 5 championships is an unbelievable accomplishment, and he's looking at the title of the if he wants it, and he wants it perhaps more than he's ever wanted any of the previous titles.
Looking for his 4th win of the season. He's won at Myrtle Beach, Stafford, and Seekonk. And he does not take it up Monsignor, all by his battle for 3rd. Well, a little bit of relief for McKennedy as he has a slight advantage over Silk, but he has to go by slower cars, and that always could be an opportunity.
This is coming up on lap traffic. Among the cars that just went around was the number 64 of Robbie Summers. So the leader is so quick, quicker than the Energizer Bunny, Matt, as he continues to set a blistering pace up front. 73 laps are now complete.
You know, the way Kobe,
Stafford 150.
the way Kobe, almost every car in the field is lap traffic, because he is really having a rocket.
Just in front of the leader, it could have been a very bad situation. Gary Putnam was guarding his line to the bottom. Didn't let him know that he was there. Now the leader, Kobe, comes up on Ramos, the rookie, and down the back straightaway. It is still a good battle halfway down and halfway to go for Doug Kobe.
And Kobe will pick up another bonus point, as he will be leading the most laps regardless of what happens in the second half of the race. Now he wants to get ahead of Ramos. I think it'll make his life a little bit easier if he can get by that 0-6.
And you know, if you're watching this, watch closely, because Doug Kobe, as quick as he has been, now in traffic, all of a sudden, Justin Monsignor is closing up that gap. There was a time when it looked like Kobe was literally the class of the field. Now all of a sudden, things are starting to change. Monsignor is moving in second, and then back to the third position, Matt, and it is still John McKennedy in that spot. Fourth position is Ronnie Silk. They have their own little mini battle going on, and then it is Lutz in the fifth spot, unofficially in the sixth position.
It's McKennedy by a broom handle right now as that lead is stabilized.
Back in the sixth spot, it is Pastriak. Seventh spot is the number 3 car. Eighth position is currently the number 19 of Joey Cipriano, and in the ninth position is Chase Dowling. 10th spot unofficially is Patrick Emerling.
And I think these drivers would like to have fresh rubber, as we have gone 79.5 laps. A good run so far from Brunhosel in the 1.
Yep, he's turned some heads. He's got a quick race car, Matt. You're right.
And he is starting to move in on J.B. Fortner, one of the rookie drivers in the field. Timmy Salamino, we had high expectations for him tonight, but he is a little bit deeper in the field.
So currently, unofficially, Doug Kobe is now working to lap cars. He has currently lapped the majority of the cars. He is up to lapping the 14th place car as we speak.
Yeah, he's lapped half the field in the first half of the race, and now he is after the second half, as this is about as good and as dominating a performance that you can have. Here is that McKennedy, and he is pulling away, so boy, every time we think
Ronnie Silk almost had him back coming off the turn to set himself up.
he was pulling away, and then Silk came on and put some pressure. So whenever we think McKennedy is in trouble, he opens up some daylight, and then Silk gets it back. And Silk has some leverage on the inside. It is do or die time for Ron Silk.
He
died.
Yep, he certainly did give it his all coming off that second turn. Ronnie Silk is not done yet. He likes to wear out the opposition, but he doesn't know the determination that John McKennedy has and how hungry that McKennedy is. And he is doing a great job in that third position.
But Ron Silk was off the tour for a while. Then when he came back, here he comes again, trying to missile his way underneath McKennedy. And once again, veto power for McKennedy. Since Ron Silk has teamed up with Kevin Stewart, that has been a lethal combination.
It certainly has, and nobody expected that perhaps at the start of this season, but they have seen the performances to prove that. Now look out, here comes Greg Lutz. He's narrowed it down to less than 4 car lengths. Now, a lap ago, he was almost a half a straightaway behind that. Lutz is coming back to life. 86 laps now up on the board in the Stafford 150. Leader still remains Doug Kobe, and Justin Monsignor currently sets in second. John McKennedy is third. Ronnie Silk sets in the 4th spot, and Lutz in position number 5.
Bonsignor able to whirlwind his way around Sammy Remo without any incident. So Bonsignor has a very healthy car, but a superhuman car for Doug Colby so far.
And they again come around the lapped automobile. Lutz has narrowed it down, Matt, and the hot spot on the racetrack now is going to be a 3-car battle for that number 3 position. It was 2 cars. For many circuits, that is no longer the case. Here comes Ronnie Silk again. Looks for some daylight. Slips to the top side of the racetrack. And now a little further back, Matt, we've got some other battles starting to mature.
Now Mark Bakai, he's not on the lead lap, and Aaron Goodale, we haven't talked about him at all. And he is able to chauffeur his way around that number 52 car. So a lot of these drivers looking to make a pit stop right now.
Colby, Matt, he is coming around lap traffic like the old hot knife through butter. He's going in and out of traffic, and nothing seems to faze him at all whatsoever.
As he was the fastest car in practice, the fastest car in qualifying, and he has been the speeding bullet for 91 laps. Let's see if he can make it through turn number 4. And he continues to go by cars. That was Joey Mucciacciaro that he put the move on. So if you are looking for excellence, it is Doug Colby. He's almost had the perfect trip for 92 laps. Once again, these tires getting a little empty, and we'll see what will happen. Making a move on the inside. Here is Jimmy Blewett. Now, Blewett was hit from behind by Kyle Bonsignor, and it didn't rattle him at all.
Well, the Mucciacciaro car almost literally stopped in front of them. Now Tim Salamito tucks on the line. He pulls back in behind the number 21 of Jimmy Blewett.
You can always count on Jimmy Blewett to provide some excitement, as he certainly did there.
Now we are approaching a third of this event in the record books, as we are just 6 laps shy of lap number 100 now.
Bonsignor is just able to get by his cousin, Kyle. So, lost in the brilliance of Doug Colby has been a pretty steady run by Justin Bonsignor.
Some good racing wherever you look back through the field in this as well. We're just pointing out some of the highlights as they rumble down the back straightaway.
Matt Swanson has had a steady run in car number 3 as he leaves turn 2.
Has been very strong for George Brunhutzel III. He's kind of been a silent factor with that one car, but he continues to make his presence known. Car number 1 is picking up the pace just a bit. And now, our third place runner is coming up on heavy lap traffic, and that's John McKennedy with the number 85 machine. Lutz is there, and so is it the number right there with him, and we've got a little further back, Pastriak with Matt Swanson and Joey Cipriano.
Boy, the script has remained the same for about 20 laps, with Silk in the middle of McKennedy and Lutz. We have seen that play out for about 25 laps. Approaching the 100 lap mark. With Doug Colby has led for the first 100 laps. He has had 2 bonus points, one for leading a lap and one for leading the most, and nobody else has a bonus point.
Bonsignor goes around Timmy Salamito, so now we are well aware of the fact that they are working the leaders and lapping into the bottom of the top 10 now.
Now this is going to be good because Justin Bonsignor is approaching Jimmy Blewett. And Jimmy Blewett, Showtime, he has gotten that name for a reason, so let's see that battle between Bonsignor and Jimmy Blewett in car number 21. How hard will Blewett race Bonsignor? Not very hard, gives him plenty of room, and Bonsignor gets by.
Certainly does, and of course, with 101 up on the board, here's the way they stand. Car number 2, Doug Colby, has led all 101 circuits. Justin Bonsignor is currently in second. John McKennedy is third. 85 of Ronnie Silk sets in the 4th spot, and then it is in position number 5, the Lutz machine. Meanwhile, all of a sudden we look a little further back in the field and we see some other battles that are just starting to shape up. Pastriak has been able to shake things up for one car. Gets a little out of shape. John McKennedy going to the outside of the Brunhutzel machine. Silk makes it on by. Will Lutz become factor number 3?
Hair-raising battle there as McKennedy just got by Brunhutzel. Then Silk closing in again. So Ron Silk continues to be determined. Then it is Lutz. And the next car on the lead lap, I believe, is Matt Swanson in car number 3.
He's in the 7th position, 8th position. Behind that number 3 car is the number 19 of Joey Cipriano. In the 9th position, in the 10th position is Chris Pastriak, and just out of the top 10 unofficially, it is Chase Dowling in the S&S paving machine.
The Pastriak man has suffered one of the biggest fall-offs tonight, starting 4th, currently in 10th. And Doug Colby has not lost much of his lead.
You know, Matt, it is a surprise that we have been able to run 106 laps, and I don't think any of these competitors anticipated that kind of a run under green for a 150-lap race here at Stafford.
That's why you make your game plans in chalk, because they can change. Here is Colby moving underneath one of the slower cars. So Doug Colby, there have been no issues with that number 2 as he got underneath Aaron Goodale pretty easily.
Certainly did, Matt. Now we're going back to the Pastriak machine. Car number 75. You said it a few minutes ago, all of a sudden he seems to be backing up just a bit. Here comes Swanson going around the lap car of Blake, the number 14 machine.
That was pretty adventuresome there.
Yep.
As Barney finally gets down low, and it is Swanson on the go, and Joey Cipriano, one of the feel-good stories of this race, in car number 19. His modified tour race is very limited. He hooked up with Steve Greer. And this is only the second time Cipriano has been in action. He finished 32nd at the Spring Sizzler. He's doing a lot better tonight.
That car was initially bought for Woody Pitcat to run on the Whelen Modified Tour, and he did a couple of times, and then they put it back in the garage, but it seems to be working. Now we're looking at a battle for the 10th position. The 75 of Chris Pastriak comes up on the Blake Barney machine and running in his tire tracks. In the Kerrigan, Tomato, Steve LeMay prepared car is Chase Dowling, car number 99. Remember the great run that Dowling had during the Spring Sizzler before Mechanical Woe took him out. He was looking for big things. We are on lap number 111. And Doug Colby has led all of those and is still setting a blistering pace up front.
And both McKennedy and Selka, now Craig Lutz has gotten around, tap dancing around Rob Summers in the 64 car. One guy who has been pretty quiet tonight, Woody Pitcat, as he's in been in the bottom echelon of the field. And Doug Colby, it has been coronation time for the driver of car number 2, looking for his 4th win of the season.
There's no question, as we are now on 113 of 150. Lap traffic has been a factor, huge factor in this race due to the fact that we've had such a long green flag run. And now on lap number 114, and now pretty much Ronnie Silk has just laid back just a bit. He was right there contending with 3rd place runner, car number 7, the red, white, blue Baldwin race car. And then Cipriano now is closing up the gap, but they're coming up on heavy traffic as they come off turn number 4.
You know, Ronnie Silk drops back for a while. I think he has been known to put more pressure on McKennedy.
And off the turn, Pastriak tries to go around the number 88 machine. And now the leader, Doug Colby, is lapping the Pastriak number 75 car. Calling that car a rocket is an understatement now, because he is running as fast on lap 117 as he did on lap number 10.
he has been a blur. As he is by his lonesome for a while, the next car I'll have to deal with is Kyle Bonsignor in car number 22. And Dave Baraball, our spotter, tells us there are only 7 cars on the lead lap. And the winner is Doug Kobe. And he has been the ringleader of his focus since it started.
And again, Ronnie Silk just backs back a little bit, lets John McKennedy get a good run for it, almost like he's trying to save something in this event. And the same can be said about the Lutz. But there is about the same margin between those 2 cars. Matt Swanson now has broken away at the bottom of the top 10. Billy Cipriano was all over him.
Kobe has gotten by Kyle Bonsignor. He did that pretty efficiently. You know, you always take a little bit of risk when you try to go through lap cars, but so far tonight, the drivers have been very cooperative with Kobe and giving him plenty of room. As now he approaches the back bumper of the Gary Putnam car.
Gary Putnam has been slightly off the pace, but he has held the car to the bottom and let these faster cars get a good run to the outside lane. So 121 now into the record books. And Doug Kobe has led all of those laps. Bonsignor chased down John McKennedy to take over second. Once he got there, he has been gaining on Kobe, but never close enough to take a bite out of the lead.
And Wade Cole was a little sluggish between turns 1 and 2. And here comes Kobe as he will waltz around him. As it looked like everybody else has cement tires, and Kobe wheeling and dealing. And he has had some dominant moments at Stafford, but this might be his most dominant ever.
Certainly seems to be the case, as this time when they come back to the stripe, 25 circuits remaining, 125 laps into the record books of green flag racing, and Doug Kobe has led all 125.
And now he gets by Buckeye again, as some of these cars have been passed by Kobe before. He gets by Fortin. So Kobe is not having any problems, no headaches getting through lap cars. 24 laps to go when he hits the line, as I don't know what the record is for most green flag laps at the start of a race at Stafford, but this has to be one of the longest green flag runs in Stafford Tour history.
There's no question that with the pack of cars intending Matt through heavy traffic here, now all of a sudden Timmy Salamito is applying the pressure with that number 21 machine of Blewett. Oh, off the turn, the 1. Right in front of the leader, got a little bit loose. Here comes Doug Kobe. In front of him is Brunhutzel in the Harvey number 1 car.
And now Brunhutzel goes down low, giving Kobe the entire outside area of the track. But things got a little nerve-wracking that time, I think, for Kobe. Matt Swanson, if he doesn't be careful, he could be getting lapped by Kobe. They are bumping around with Bobby Santos. Santos getting by Wade Cole in turn 4.
We just saw Bonsignor pull off a move to go around Patrick Emerly. He started high, he shifted low, and then he literally blasted past him. And that, of course, is your second place car, the Phoenix Ryan Stone number 51 car. Baldwin's car with John McKennedy has been a factor in the top 3 throughout the 130 laps. Ronnie Silk has worked his magic to be there with Lutz right behind him.
And in turn number 3 and 4, it is Patriak. He has to deal with Tommy Catalano. Now Summers is moving through. Now 6 cars on the lead lap.
And those 6 cars are the 2, of course, your leader of Kobe, the 51, the 7, the 85 of Lutz. And then behind the Lutz machine,
Matt Swanson.
Yep.
Matt Swanson in the 3, but look at Kobe. he is closing the gap between he and Matt Swanson. So Swanson in 6, he is in turn number 4, and Colby in the leader. Right now, he is exiting turn 4.
Well, that has been happening. Pastriak is starting to string it out just a bit, just at the bottom of the top 7, and then the 3 of Swanson is being shown, Matt, in the position that we had called it in 7. Meanwhile,
well, let's see if Colby can do something about that.
And he is certainly close enough in striking distance, Matt. Now, all of a sudden, Emmerling's car loosened up right in front of Goodale's number 58.
And we could have an issue in the middle of turns 3 and 4 now. It's 3 cars fighting for position. Buckeye, Emmerling, and Goodale, but they were able to swing through the turn without any violence.
There's no question. We continue to see.
I think Colby brought his full fuel from NASA.
I think you're right, Matt.
And the last time somebody used that fuel, they were on their way to the moon. Right now, Colby trying to be on his way to a victory in the Stafford 150. 14 laps to go.
Bobby Santos has not been up to par either in quite some time. And now we see that Colby is getting closer to that, lapping that 6th place car of Matt Swanson.
You know, there were 2 stories in this race. One, the domination of Doug Colby, and the second story, 137 laps and no cautions.
Amazing as it may seem, the strategy for some went literally out the window, but it's still not over with yet. Doug Colby has shown no weakness at all. Bill Moran found the magic setup for the Mayhew car. Next time by, 10 to go, Matt.
About 40 or 50 laps ago, it looked like John McKennedy was having some serious problems with that number 7 car. It turned out to be a false alarm. He is now increasing his advantage over Ronnie Silk. Then Craig Lutz, he has been in 5th place for about the last 100 laps. And then Matt Swanson, and then our leader. Now, where is Justin Bonsignor through all this? He is still far back. So it has been Doug Colby and everybody else in 2 groups tonight.
You know, Matt, you mentioned before about that rocket fuel. Well, it's fuel from New England Racing Fuel, and it's Sunoco. It's giving him that extra boost here today.
I think if I had that in my car, I could make it home in 7 minutes. Because look at Colby go. This is fun to watch. And Doug Colby has been brilliant before. Justin Bonsignor, he is ready to exit turn number 4. Timmy Salamito behind him.
As keep your eyes also, Matt Swanson has reeled in on Lutz now. And we are down to the final 7.
Boy, we thought Swanson was vulnerable against Colby, and it turned out that it is Swanson now making a move on Craig Lutz. Side-by-side action in turn number 1, and Goodale wins that battle. So 7 laps to go. Could we go 150 green flag laps? I don't think it's ever happened before at Stafford in the Whelen Modified Tour.
Next time by, 5 laps to go, Matt. And believe it or not, the leader, Doug Colby, is about to lap the 6th place car.
And Blake Barney, the man in between Swanson and Colby. So first, Colby has to get by Barney.
So we continue to work our magic down to the wire.
And Colby does get by Barney. We'll see if he can get by Swanson. We are down to the final 4 laps. Doug Colby took the lead heading into turn 1. And then
We've got a
caution.
yellow. It is Joey Cipriano, car number 19, that goes around between turns 3 and 4. We have went 146 laps. And car number 8, it's showing Justin Bonsignor in 2nd, Ronnie Silk in 3rd, John McKennedy is 4th, Craig Lutz is 5th, Doug Colby shown in 6th. Eric Goodale is 7th. Sammy Ramo is 8th. Bobby Santos III is 9th. Jimmy Beluit is 10th. Chris Pastriak 11th. Patrick Emmerling is 12th. Chase Dowling is 13th. Timmy Salamito is 14th. And George Brunhutzel is 15th.
So a 2-lap scoot for the loot. Doug Colby on the outside of the 3rd row. Salamito needs help from the push truck as he is stranded right near the safety road in the middle of turns 3 and 4, so we stay under yellow. We are on lap 155, but the only 2 laps that will matter will be the ones that will come after the green flag.
Now
overtime in the Whelen Modified Tour.
Now down on pit road, it is the 99 of Dowling and the number 47 machine of Muchacharo. And as we said before, we're not sure why, but the Sly Zabin prepared race car number 16 for Timmy Salamito, doesn't seem to fire. It looked like it started to fire up, and then it came to a screeching halt.
Fuel only for Chase Dowling in the 99. They did not get the fuel in on the first 3 stops, so Dowling can back in, and now they topped it off.
Now the interesting thing, Doug Colby, he has at least one more new tire than the 5 guys in front of him. Will that be a factor in a 2-lap run, or 2 laps or less? Could be a 1-lap run.
It certainly could be. And you know, we talked about Matt Swanson and how quick he was, remember, early in the event, Matt, and he has been so consistent and so smooth.
Well, he knows Colby is going to be coming after him. But Colby, there's about 5 guys he has to get by before he can reach Matt Swanson. So this is going to be a barn burner to end it. The lights are off the pace car, and it looks like we are ready to settle the issue. Matt Swanson and Bronson Ure in the front row. Both drivers looking for their first ever Stafford Tour win, and we are getting ready to turn them loose.
Off turn number 4, the fans have stayed right for the wire in this one. The grandstands are still full. The green flag is back out. Bronson Ure and Matt Swanson. Mad scramble further back in the field.
Here comes Ronnie Silk to take the lead.
Ronnie Silk takes over the lead. John McKennedy, bonsai move to the bottom. He goes down underneath Swanson. Here comes Doug Colby, 3 wide off turn number 4. Lutz becomes the meat in the sandwich. Colby is like a man possessed. Ronnie flag is out.
Ronnie Silk is holding off McKennedy. Here comes Silk as he blows his way into turn number 4. Silk is on his way.
Ronnie Silk, back-to-back victories. He's done it here at Stafford. He will take down the win. John McKennedy to finish in 2nd. Doug Colby to finish in 3rd. Matt Swanson to finish in 4th. Craig Lutz unofficially in 5th.
About what good times we had. Every day was a Saturday, 'cause I ain't got a thing to do. Have a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time all night. That's right. That's right. I got some cold shit on some ice. And all the fellas coming. Gonna drink us a beer tonight. Try to find me a girl or 2. I hope you find me a redhead, 'cause I've never been one, but I better be